Hello and welcome to part 6 of our stay at Nottingham Forest in our non-league to legends series, where we start in non-league football management and attempt to go on and win the Champions League. Now we are here today for the start of our second season with Nottingham Forest and our first full season in charge. We're starting off with a game against Coventry, who are newly promoted to the Championship, so should in theory be easy opposition for us. We've then got the match against Fleetwood in the Carabao Cup. Fleetwood again should be, you'd imagine, easy opposition considering they are in League 2, so 2 divisions below us. If you haven't watched last episode yet, we have made new signings ready for this upcoming season. The most important of which is our club record signing in Pietro Pellegri. He is our pressing forward for the season. We've brought him in for 15.5 million, which is a record transfer fee for Nottingham Forest, at least so far, because I think onwards and upwards is going to be the aim of this part of the series with Nottingham Forest. I think we've definitely got the potential this season to at least be getting into those playoff positions, so 6 or above. First and second are obviously automatic promotion spots. Third, fourth, fifth or sixth does put us in the playoffs. As we start this second season, pop your predictions down below in the comments section. Let me know where you think we are going to be finishing this season. And while you're down there, if any of you have signed any of the players we have this season, in particular Pietro Pellegri, let me know how they've done in your saves. I'd be very interested to know how he gets on in comparison to how he does do in the Championship. I feel getting Pietro Pellegri over to the Championship already is a bit of a coup. He was playing obviously in Milan and Monaco before this, so the Championship and Nottingham Forest feels like a tiny bit of a downgrade. Without further ado though, we are going to get into our first match of the episode against Coventry. This is the team we are going to use for that one. We've got Callum Ward in goal, a back four very familiar to last season of Williams, Sorensen, Sanderson and Moray. In midfield, we've then got Yates, Mason and Garner. Asprilla is on the left of our attacking two, alongside Johnson on the right, and we've got Pellegri making his debut up front. Definitely counting this season on the likes of Pellegri to lead the line. Johnson, obviously, keep meaning to check this. Johnson, I believe, a Nottingham Forest youth product, which he is. He's been playing for us now. I mean, the last 3 seasons, he's played 40 plus games for the club every season. I'd like to sort of see him now getting his average rating above that 7 mark and really helping us out. Yates, obviously, all important. I also think potentially our star player this season could be new signing James Garner. He's played for us before on loan. Last time he was here was a couple of seasons ago, but you can see 45 games, 7.01 rating. I definitely think if he fires on all cylinders, he could be super important in our promotion push. As always though guys, if you do enjoy today's episode, if you are enjoying this series, please do drop a like down below the video. It's really helpful for the channel, and hopefully it will bring us some good luck as we start with our charge towards promotion with Nottingham Forest. I guess before I start getting ahead of myself and start thinking about promotion pushes though, we do need to put in a good show against Coventry, who obviously, having just got promoted themselves, are going to want to lay a marker down in the Championship and could potentially come out all guns blazing in this match and absolutely knock us straight off course with the first game of the season. And we do seem to be having a bit of a yellow card fest already. 12 minutes in and there's been a yellow card apiece between us and Coventry. We are definitely looking like the better team, although it's very hard to judge with the complete lack of highlights in our first match of the season. It'd be really lovely to see Pellegrini have a shot or Garner make a pass. Instead of that, we are going to get a throw in from Williams there, and I'm going to be a horrible YouTuber and put... Oh, I was going to say I'm going to put that up right as the highlights get there. Johnson, I thought, had scored the first goal of the season for us, but unfortunately it is going to be disallowed by VAR, question mark. It's disallowed by somebody. Either way, he's offside. It's not going to count for us. I thought that was going to be first goal of the season, off to a flying start, but instead we're still going to wait to have to break this deadlock here. And it is very much an unexciting match so far. We're getting no highlights. The only highlight we've had is an offside goal. Forest, lads, give us something. We're getting a lot of yellow cards in this match. Is this referee okay? This referee seems a little bit angry with life and every single one of our players. I do think I might actually have to change my instructions here slightly and tell the lads, look, referee's having a bit of a mad one, lads. Let's just stay on our feet for this one, yeah? If a team's going to get a yellow card or a red card, more importantly, let's let it be Coventry. We don't want it to be us. I don't want to be losing to Coventry on opening day of the season. It's going to be embarrassing. But as it stands, we always seem to be better in the second half as well, and I don't really know why. Does it take like that long for my players to wake up? Because if it does, that's a little bit unfortunate, but we always seem to come out after half-time and do a better job. I say, as we hit the 66 minutes without highlights still. And we are going to have to make some changes here. I'm going to take Asprilla off. We're going to bring on Alex Manan for his debut. We're changing it to an inverted winger on attack. And potentially we could make another change. I mean, James Garner, my player at the start of this video that I said could be all important for this match, is currently on a 6.2. And I'm very tempted, and I am going to do it here. We're going to bring on Carl Gretsch. He is also one of our youth players. I'm 99% sure with that face he is a regen. He was on loan at Bradford City in Sky Bet League 2 last season. He got a 7.03 rating. He's also one of our highest potential players. And the good thing about Gretsch, which is what I was going to show you, is he can play in midfield, he can play out on the right, he can play up front. Technically, he's natural up front. But I do want to just give him as much game time as possible at the moment. And this probably isn't an ideal situation to be bringing him in on the 66th minute when we are chasing a match. But equally, I want to just give him as much time as humanly possible. And part of the club vision for this season and for the culture in general... Oh, I thought that was going to swing in. For the culture in general is to start trying to develop players through the youth system. I'm having a look at this now. We've got a couple of hired players. Pietro Pellegri is one of those, so we're going to bring on Del Taylor. Pellegri not going to score on his debut then. Very unfortunate after all the hype at the start of the video. He's being a little bit of a letdown here. And I am going to go attacking for the last 5 or so minutes of the match. But we've got 5 yellow cards here. That's slightly concerning. I think that's got to be this referee though, because he just seems to be dishing out cards like no one's business. But it's a 0-0 draw against Coventry to start the season. And we are, do you know what? Point the finger, tell the team that's just not good enough. A 0-0 draw against newly promoted Coventry. I'm trying to record a YouTube video, lads. If we could have the occasional highlight, that would be much appreciated. Instead of that, we've not seen a goal in the episode yet, and now we need to go over and have a look at how we can fare against Sky Bet League 2 opposition Fleetwood. Given the somewhat smaller stature of the club we are facing today, we have decided to go with a bit of a different look side. So we've got Van der Hart making his debut in goal, Levi Colwill out on the left making his debut, Sorensen and Sanderson remain in the centre of defence with Moray out on the right. Finn Back is coming in a defensive midfielder position. Mason and Cafu in front of him. Alex Manan out on the left. Gretsch, that we mentioned earlier on in the episode, out on the right. And Pellegri up front. Pellegri, I'm hoping, is kind of overkill when you're facing Fleetwood. But I do want to give him this opportunity to hopefully go out, fill his boots a little bit, gain some confidence and go, oh, actually, this scoring in England malarkey, it's pretty easy. I don't know what I was worrying about. That would be ideal. And we got a couple of players here that don't have a face. That's always annoying. Our side has Alex Milan and Finn Matt, which don't have a face, which makes me think I need to put in some regen faces potentially and update that package. Hopefully here we are going to see A, less yellow cards, and B, a lot more highlights. I'd love to see a goal in this episode. Pellegri, if you could have a shot, that would be fantastic. Is anyone else finding in FM22, if you are playing it yourselves and aren't just watching it, are you finding as well that there are just obscene amounts of yellow cards in games? And I don't even mean that my tactics are super aggressive, because as we're going to see, Fleetwood have already got 2 yellow cards. It just seems to be a thing at the moment. Whenever I play a game, there's 6 or 7 yellow cards in it, which just seems a little bit mad. Levy Colwill now also got a yellow card on that side. And Cummings here with a clearance for Fleetwood. We are going to see a highlight. We have managed to get our heads to it, but giving it straight back to Fleetwood. Milan now bringing it into the centre midfield, back to Sorensen. Milan forward to Colwill, who's charged down that left wing into Pellegri for his first goal for Nottingham Forest. Admittedly, it does come against lower league opposition, but we will take the goals where we find them. As well as the fact that, like I said, I believe last episode, because he does want to play his target forward, that cross was just floated in and he's managed to meet it with his head. Maybe we need to adjust as well, because if I have a look at our instructions now, we have got mixed crosses. I mean, I guess I could go with floated crosses, which is players do have a height advantage. We could go whip crosses, low crosses. I don't think are going to suit him. Let's just try for this match against Fleetwood to put in floated crosses, and if Pellegri suddenly scores 6 goals, we know we should probably do that going forward. I don't really like the fact that Fleetwood seem to be more or less keeping up with us on shots. I mean, not entirely, but 7 for us, 5 for them. It's a really poor show in terms of highlights as well. It's not been the most interesting match. What we do want now, though, is to go out and get some more goals. We are against Fleetwood. I'm very tempted here, and there's no reason for me to do so. But we are going to go attacking, and we are going to demand more from the team. That attack forward there from Fleetwood cut out quickly by the French. Gresh has put that one in front of Pellegri. Pellegri bearing down on goal, but is absolutely bottled it at the last second and just chucked it into the spectators. Somebody is going home with a match ball in the Fleetwood crowd. How nice of Pellegri to donate those ones to the Fleetwood support. Or maybe he's chucked it to the Forest support, but I don't really know which end that was. I'm not going to pretend that I do. But either way, it's lovely of him to donate that to a child that maybe doesn't have a football ball of their own. But if next time you could just smash it into the back of the net, that'd be lovely, mate. Gretsch is looking quite tired, so we will bring on Johnson here now, and we're going to slowly change us back to a more familiar formation. Sorensen can come off, and we'll bring on Bernard for his debut. We're probably going to need to make a couple more changes in a second as well. Mathieu Moret now looking quite tired as well. We can place him with Jeffro Williams on that side. I mean, I guess that's fine, and we'll just encourage the team a little bit more. If we could get a second goal, that'd be lovely, because we have gone on the attack here, but we just don't seem to be putting the ball in the back of the net as often as I would like. And I'm a little bit disappointed with this episode that Pellegri hasn't come out and scored 2 or 3, because pre-season friendlies, I know you can't always judge the season by them, but he was just netting goals for fun, and he's come to the competitive game and apparently no longer knows where the goal is. And I guess now we've got to go and try and find some form very, very quickly. We've got our next game, which is against Rotherham in the league. We've got matches against Stoke, Brentford, Sheffield United coming up after that. Stoke and Sheffield United are obviously finishing quite high up our league last season, and Brentford at the moment in second place after one game. They are recently relegated from the Premier League, so they could also be quite tough opposition. Hopefully by the time I come back next episode, we will have Pietro Pellegri firing in the goals, and the rest of the team starting to be a little bit more cohesive like they were towards the end of last season. If you have enjoyed today's episode though, please do drop a like down below the video. Really helps out, and hopefully it will bring us some good luck with Nottingham Forest for the rest of this season. Until next time though, guys, thank you very much for watching today. I will see you over on part 7 for the next part of our journey with Nottingham Forest.